From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. And this is Dolynny TV, Oilers fans. Welcome back to another edition of Oilers Discussion. A little bit quieter, a little bit easier. Everybody's sleeping. Everybody's been passed out for some time here, but it is official for our Edmonton Oilers. Yes, sir, Peter Chiarelli has been fired by the club. I can barely hear myself with my toque on. That's a good sign that it's probably going to be a little bit more down-tempo of a video. But however, as of now, midnight, 12 a.m. officially, the Edmonton Oilers have released and relieved Peter Chiarelli, more accurately fired him from his duties as, easy as this, hold on, the Oilers actually did it right for once, have fired GM and President of Hockey Operations Peter Chiarelli. So guys, after that effort against Detroit, effort against Carolina, effort against Calgary, the effort through the first 50 games of the season, the Edmonton Oilers have arrived at the ultimate destination. Yes, you know what? McClellan had to go first. Now you've got Peter Chiarelli gone. That was as of 12:02 a.m. January 23rd. How much better, how much sweeter does that get? Now the problem is, a lot of guys will go out and celebrate this. A lot of people will be happier than hell that this is over and done with. However, the big thing is, now it's a lot bigger than Chiarelli. It's on the rest of the organization. It's clear sailing to start getting rid of everybody else that contributes to the fact of where this franchise is at. You know what? Yes, okay. Chiarelli's gone. McClellan's done. Time to start figuring out who goes next. This season, the rest of what's left of this season, is not so much a desperation to make the playoffs. It's a matter of fact of how you clean house the rest of the way home, in my opinion. You got to go out there and you got to find guys that are going to come into the organization and start creating a front office culture change in the fact that Bob Nicholson, Peter Chiarelli, Keith Gretzky didn't do. Obviously, the big thing that a lot of guys are going to fall on is the old boys club. You've got guys like Craig McTavish, you've got Kevin Lowe still in there. You got to figure out how to get a new set of hockey minds in there that can meld what's left of this hockey team apart and go out and get a winning club starting this year. Obviously, yes, you don't want to lose and get a lottery pick, top three kind of deal, but you want a winning product the rest of the way home, and then go the rest of the offseason trying to build, trying to mesh this team together to have a winning product from the get-go in 2019-2020. That's obviously the goal here. That's what you got to be looking for out of this GM change. And is it going to happen? It's the Oilers. Only time will tell, but the first step has been taken to get Peter Chiarelli out of town. Sorry, keep rolling this. So Peter Chiarelli, let's go get a quick history here on Peter Chiarelli, because this is where it gets ugly for him. Peter Chiarelli has been, let's go down, and where do we got? Peter Chiarelli, Ice Hockey Wikipedia, that's what we want. So here we go. Peter Chiarelli, on, where is he? Chiarelli was fired by the team on April 24th, 2015. That's what I was looking for. Right before I left Edmonton and left school, he gets on with the Oilers, announced him as general manager and president of hockey operations. So Chiarelli almost lasts, 3 years, 9 months is actually pretty much bang on. Minus a day in there, which, you know what, there was a leap year in 2016, so right there, bang on, 3 years, 9 months, Peter Chiarelli lasts as Edmonton Oilers general manager. What a friggin' disaster it's been ever since then. You've had the Hall trade, you've had everything in between when it comes, obviously, the Jordan Eberle trade, you've had the Brandon Manning trade, you've had the Petrovic trade, you've had so many boneheaded, the Griffin Reinhart deal, you've had the Cam Talbot deal. Like, guys, it has just been monstrosity in terms of disgrace after disgrace for Peter Chiarelli in Edmonton. Here we go, the domino finally falls, and we get rid of the guy that just wasn't working for us. He was pretty much every other team's best general manager, if you know what I mean. So 3 years, 9 months on the job, and somehow, after how poorly we've been mismanaged, we're worse off today than we were when he started. That seems like a load to say, but the only real big impact is Connor McDavid, but that was pretty much all but decided at that point for us, considering where we had finished and getting the lottery pick only a few days after he's on the job. So for the Oilers, what do you do? What do you do other than can him and start clearing house in the front office, right? Simple as that. Go and get them done. And so now here's the thing. For a guy like Peter Chiarelli, who do you have going into the general manager role? Obviously there's going to be some names thrown around. I think the one that, if you're a betting man, would be the odds-on favorite in my mind, considering I haven't seen anything in terms of names officially listed. Stevie Y, I think, is one. Stevie Yzerman. Got to look at him seriously. Knowing the Oilers, I'm going to float this idea. Probably Ron Hextall's in the conversation, just because, for crap and giggles, probably, which is the terrible part about that. I honestly don't know at this point. It's a little bit too late to try and think about names. Maybe we'll talk about the short list to replace Chiarelli tomorrow when we have a little bit clearer picture of as to what and where the Oilers are heading. That's kind of the thing, right? Because the All-Star break, they're going to gun up, try and get the search done right, hopefully, and come back after the break, February 2nd, refreshed, Clefbaum back, and try and get this job done. That's obviously what you're looking for out of the Oilers, but is it going to happen? Like I said, only time will tell, because this is as good of a guess as it is mine as yours as to what this Oilers club will do. So essentially our night began when Rainer Schog came on and said, "It is my belief that there will be a change at the general manager position here in Edmonton," and we could hear something on that in the coming days. Like I said, midnight exactly, January 23rd. It's now 12:19 that I'm recording this, but of course there he comes and gets the stuff in, and yeah, Mark Spector was in there as well, active consideration inside the Oilers organization tonight. RE firing Chiarelli, this is what really jump-started it for me. I didn't want to go to bed, but here I was, laying sound asleep. Phone call came in, waking me up to the best news I have heard regarding the Edmonton Oilers in a long, long while. Anyways, guys, Mark Spector had that tweet, and for the Oilers, a night that went out and celebrated the oil and gas sector turns into a night that now celebrates, hopefully, a turning of the page for this franchise and gets us going where we need to be. I don't know, I really am hopeful that the firing of Peter Chiarelli is going to be nothing but a positive for the Oilers. However, is it going to be 100% what we need? I don't know, given the front office obviously we have. You got to look at guys like Bob Nicholson, like I said, Craig McTavish, and of course Kevin Lowe in there as well. Keith Gretzky, what's he realistically doing with his club, especially now that Peter Chiarelli's been fired? You've got guys like, well, Daryl Cates still in charge, right? So Daryl Cates let this clown show run on for 50 games. Why all of a sudden is this move being made? Yes, the past 3 games have been crap poor, terrible play. Obviously somebody's going to get fired, but why Chiarelli? Why now? In the eyes of Daryl Cates, not so much in the eyes of us. We knew what was coming. We knew what we wanted. Anyways, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to you. I've ranted on long enough. It's midnight. I've got about another minute left in this video, and then I will let you get going. What do you guys think? Is this a good move by the Oilers? Obviously, I think there's going to be a lot of guys happy. I'm going to be passed out 20 minutes after this video uploads. Please do not get into the death threats against Chiarelli. It's over. It's done with. Let's move on. But let me hear your constructive thoughts in the comments section down below. Let me know what you guys think on this move. Chiarelli out as general manager of the Edmonton Oilers, and we will catch you tomorrow when we hopefully have a little bit of a short list as to who's going to replace Mr. Peter Chiarelli in Edmonton as the president of hockey operations and the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers. Will it be Ken Hitchcock? I don't know. I will discuss that tomorrow, guys. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning into this late night edition, listening to me being this calm and quiet. I will catch you guys, as always, in the next one.